I'm out of the etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the SnapPad StakPads. Now these are going to be super versatile. They can work in a lot of different situations, whether you're using with a motorhome or a trailer. So let's check them out. SnapPad makes a lot of different pads, but these ones specifically today are going to be their universal fits. So I think their custom fits are great, but they're going to be very limited to what type of uses you can use them for. There's really not any limitations to them. So you'll notice too, they have a lot of different colors, so you can get these matched up to fit your rig a little bit better, especially if you got some accenting that goes along with them. I think it'll look pretty neat if you have these too. But a few cases you could use them for is, like we have right here, we got a couple of them working together so we can help level out our rig today just by pulling up onto them if you want to go that route. You can also pair them with your trailer on that front of the jack and even stack them up fairly high so that jack doesn't have to travel as far, so it gives it a little bit of a better lifespan. Or if you want to use it with your stabilizer leveling jacks, you can do that too, because they do give you a fairly large footprint, just making everything feel a little bit more stable. And yeah, using them is pretty easy to do too, especially when you do have it in kind of pyramid style. You could also just have one layer just stacked up and pull on that way. You do feel it a little bit more. And with me being in a motorhome today, it felt pretty easy to do. I've also done it before in a trailer. I find it kind of a little bit harder to do if you are backing up onto them. Really what you got to think about is just trying to make sure everything is lined up with those snap pads. You can do it one of two ways. You can just get out of the back of your vehicle, check it out, or you could have a friend spot you. That's my preferred method of doing it though. We lowered down our jack and paired it up with the SnapPad. And really you can see the difference just in the size between that original foot pad and the SnapPad. It is a pretty big difference. And what this is doing is a few things. One thing that really stands out about it is going to be this rubberized material. So that's nice that this is flexible. So one, it's easy to handle. It's not going to tear up the ground underneath you. So if you have your driveway, it won't get all scratched up. And it holds fairly well with diverse weather conditions. So you don't have to worry about it getting really brittle when it's cold out or breaking on you when it's really hot out too. And it is going to have two sides. You'll see this one comes up fairly easy. It's going to have a pattern to it. The way this is supposed to work is I can really just demonstrate on the other side here. This grabs on to that SnapPad just using that pattern. So you usually feel it kind of click into place. Right now, oh, there it is. It'll click into place, and that's what we're doing with this section over here. So you can pair it with a couple other ones. And on the other side, this one's really just supposed to stay in place. You'll see that pattern. That's going to be making contact with the ground, and it also does a really good job at grabbing any type of ground underneath you. Also great for softer conditions where you're on grass or any type of more muddier surface, since it is a fairly wide footprint. But this really isn't designed to come off. You can take it off. It's just going to have some nibs that hold it in place, but I recommend just keeping it on there. You can also take off the top and just stack them directly. So if you need this to be a little bit higher, so your stabilizer or your leveling jack doesn't have to travel as far, they give it a break, so again it lasts longer. You can do it like that. Or if you have a jack on the front of your trailer, you don't want to extend that all the way out, that's another reason to go with this. And again, you're still getting that great stability since it is a wide area of coverage. And when it comes to carrying these, this can be pretty easy to do since it is a handle, and we do have this strap that comes with it, so we'll keep it all bound up. Now with your other SnapPads or other SnapPads you may have seen in the past that are actually more custom fit, they just kind of stay in place and you can kind of forget about them. These, you will need a place to put them, but what I do like is they stay relatively flat, so they're pretty easy to store in most spots. Even in this spot we have right here that isn't a very large storage container, we have some other spots in or other things in here. It really doesn't fight it too much. Something I do want to mention, you've seen me use this with a couple other ones, but these are going to come in just a kit of one. So again, that's just going to be that rubber top, that hard plastic center, and rubber bottom to it. Now, when I compare this to other options, I know UltraFab does make another universal style. that works fairly well. There are some downsides in my opinion, and that's going to be that those squares that come with it are going to be smaller and they're not going to have any rubber sections on them. But you will get more of them that you can use to stack together. But to me, I think these look a little bit nicer and are easy to use too. But overall, again, like I was saying, you can use them in a ton of different ways, and I really do like the way they stack in together for different applications with your motorhome or your trailer. Now, if you do decide to go with these, let us know how it's working for you in either a comment or review, or how you mainly use them on a day-to-day basis. But again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.